no plans at all. Evil man's always transcending. Fighter like sheep, swallow everything. Always simpletons or pretending. We got no plans.
This is your moment of clarity from LeeCamp.net. Once in a blue moon, our media gets something right. They do their research like good boys and girls. The bankruptcy of the Hostess bakeries is definitely not one of those times. Neither is much else over the past 30 years. I mean, hell, the media couldn't even do the lackluster research required to discover that the Heisman Trophy runner-up Manti Te'o's dead girlfriend was actually made from toothpicks and silly putty. Te'o's girlfriend made Wilson on the movie Castaway look damn well outspoken, and the media was unable to discover that Lance Armstrong had been doping throughout his entire career, even though he brazenly hired people to shoot crack-laced blow darts at him during the Tour de France. In fact, the last time the mainstream media ripped open a big story was when they somehow discovered that Liberace was gay. In the Hostess bankruptcy, most media outlets ran with the story that the Bakers Union at Hostess held a strike rather than helping the company get through a rough period, thereby forcing Hostess into bankruptcy, losing everyone their jobs, and forcing Twinkies to go flaccid throughout the land. But in fact, Hostess had been owned by a couple of hedge funds for the past several years called Monarch and Silver Point, because apparently hedge funds name themselves the same way 14-year-old girls pick screen names. And I think this next part is going to shock the right out of your blowhole. Those hedge funds were not trying their hardest to save Hostess. They wanted to go bankrupt and get rid of the union, thereby freeing them to sell the many brands of Hostess for over $1 billion without the unions attached. Bankruptcy was the plan all along. Why actually create something in this country when you can make an equal or bigger short-term profit by simply killing something that's been around for generations and then feasting on the carcass? The hedge funds almost literally lit the place on fire and claimed the insurance. But I don't want to say the hedge funds weren't thinking about the workers at all. They were. They did something for the workers. They stole their pensions. You see, the bakers at Hostess had been paying $4.25 an hour to their pensions, about 1/4 of their hourly pay. Over the past year, $50 million was collected for those pensions. But a funny thing happened when that money tried to make its way from the workers' pockets to the pension. The money got stuck somewhere. That somewhere is inside the pockets of the higher-ups at Hostess. Basically inside the pockets of Monarch and Silver. The money will never be paid back. Over $186 million was stolen from the pensions in the past several years. So let's recap. You've got a well-known American company employing American workers, creating an American product for generations. Hedge funds buy it, rob the workers, intentionally bankrupt the company so they can sell the pieces for over $1 billion. Hostess was tortured, gagged, murdered, and robbed, and then had its corpse lit on fire. And the plan was set into motion way back in 2004. Yet most of the media will tell you it's those bakers. They should be thankful. A lot of Americans don't even have the opportunity to have their pensions stolen. Ingrates. That's been your moment of clarity from LeeCamp.net. Most of the information in this episode came from Mike Hummel, an outspoken former Hostess employee. I will link to Mike's article in the description below. And if you want to learn more on this same topic and how this works, click this link to watch another one of my videos entitled, Is Wall Street Set Up to Reward Evil? Thanks a lot. Keep fighting.
No plans at all. Evil man's always transcending. Fighter like sheep, swallow everything. Always simpletons or pretending.